A little different than basketball press conference. A lot of media in here today. I guess I'm gonna start with y'all today, right now. First off, I just thank y'all for covering me and all the exposure that you gave me, my family.
It was my amour. Tonight, it's Caitlyn Clark inspiring that next generation.
Oh, really cool shot of her elementary school.
I think more than anything, I'm just really excited. I think this is a dream. This is something I wrote down on a piece of paper when I was in second grade, get a basketball scholarship, play in the WNBA. This is always something I wanted to do.
Caitlyn Clark's finally snapped, and she's not holding back anymore. She's been biting her tongue since draft day, but now she's coming for the WNBA's dirty little secrets. From being iced out of the spotlight, ignored for major honors, and shoved around like she doesn't matter, Caitlyn's had enough. While Caitlyn's been pulling historic numbers, bringing in fans by the thousands, the league's been handing Brittney Griner every flashy promo deal, every cushy interview, and wrapping her in PR armor like she's royalty. And the wild part, Caitlyn kept it cool. She stayed humble. She took the hits on the court and in the headlines. But now the mask is off, and Caitlyn's making it crystal clear. This was never about talent. It was about power, control, picking favorites. From day one, the league's been shining the lights on the players they chose, not the ones who are actually putting in work. Griner got the mic. Griner got the campaigns. Meanwhile, Caitlyn was setting records, selling out arenas, and literally changing the game, and the league acted like she was invisible. You dig a little deeper, and it's obvious. They never planned to let Caitlyn win, not because she couldn't, but because she didn't fit their script. So now the Golden Girl just flipped the table, and what she said? It might have shaken the league to its core. Right after the WNBA left Caitlyn off the All-Star starter list, they went full throttle on Brittney Griner's comeback hype. ESPN specials, polished highlight reels, exclusive interviews. Suddenly, every lens was locked on Griner like she was the second coming of the league. Meanwhile, Caitlyn's out here actually packing out stadiums, breaking records, turning casuals into die-hard fans who've never watched women's basketball before. She's got social media on fire every single week. People are flying across the country just to watch her in action. But when it was time to celebrate the real game changers, the ones moving the needle, making real impact, the league turned their backs. Like Caitlyn's influence was just some footnote in a bigger story she's actually carrying. And everyone's noticing, even the press is catching on. In one clip, a reporter tells Caitlyn straight up, she's the reason Indiana's season ticket sales hit the highest they've ever been.
In full swing. I heard that season tickets are going like blazes in Indiana. Have you heard that rumor?
I have heard that rumor. I don't know the exact numbers, but I think they're selling pretty well.
Clark is also part of the reason why a record 18.9 million viewers tuned in to this year's NCAA championship game, making women's basketball must-see TV. One of the really great things about this season has been watching all of the little kids, most of them little girls, who are so inspired to play basketball because of you. What does that mean to you?
I think that's the reason you do it, and just to see them scream your name or have your jersey on, that's something that never gets old.
Now that's not hype, that's real numbers, real fans, real money. But then things get shady. ESPN's mid-season rankings come out, and guess what? Caitlyn, who started the season ranked number 1, got bumped all the way down to number 9. No big scandal, no real reason. Just a quiet little drop like nobody would notice. Meanwhile, Brittney Griner, sitting pretty near the top, like the whole thing was scripted from day one. If this was really about performance, be serious. Caitlyn plays every game under max pressure, every seat sold, every move analyzed. But instead of praise, she gets dropped in silence. And when the league throws out that tired, we're honoring veterans excuse, it doesn't just fall flat, it feels straight up disrespectful. Now Caitlyn's done playing by their rules. After yet another game where the drama focused more on who shoved her than the actual game she played, she got hit with the usual media questions about pressure, about how she's handling the spotlight, and for once, she didn't play it safe. She paused, took a breath, and said what everybody's been waiting to hear. She's frustrated. And that one word?
You felt that frustration, that you all were feeling that frustration. So what did you see from her and able to really lead that charge?
I mean, she brings that energy every single day, so really happy for her.
It said everything. She's always been careful, always kept it classy, never name-dropped anyone who fouled her, never clapped back, even when pushed. Reporters trying to drag her into messy narratives? She always steered the convo back to basketball, her game, her squad. But now fans see what's really going on. They see a league bending over backward for certain players while expecting Caitlyn to keep smiling through the snubs. And people are over it. Just look online. This one comment went viral. Never watched a game until Caitlyn arrived. And trust, there are millions of fans feeling the same way. That's not just fandom, that's facts. The league can't hide from the numbers. And just when you think it couldn't get pettier, they did this. They gave Brittney Griner the full spotlight treatment, like gift wrapped it for her. And ever since that whole Russia situation, the WNBA's been pushing Griner like she's the league's comeback queen. Just peep her emotional ESPN post-return interview. They framed it like she was saving the entire league or something. The energy? Wild. Caitlyn Clark's been dragged through the mud, and now they want to act like she's just another player.
But I would have rather been in a 2-a-day dying, and than to be where I was. So just looking forward to being back to that. Am I exactly where I want to be? No, but I'm on the right track to getting there. That's for sure. I will say that.
Meanwhile, Brittney Griner, she's the league's poster girl now, front and center like nothing ever happened. And look, nobody's saying Brittney didn't go through something heavy overseas. That situation was serious. But let's not twist the truth. This league is picking a comeback narrative over the actual player keeping the lights on. While Caitlyn's out here getting slammed mid-court with no whistles, no calls, nothing. The fouls are brutal, and it's not just once or twice. People are pulling highlight reels showing just how often she gets hacked. And the refs just stand there like it's part of the game.
All of this stuff adds up. People always want to just use like the really big fouls that don't get called. It's like, oh my God, can you believe this wasn't going to get called? The reason why I'm really trying to highlight this is because this is what goes on all game. Every single game. Every single possession. It's endless. And it will wear you down. Wear you down.
It's starting to feel like they want her out without ever having to say it out loud. And fans, they're not blind. One comment that's been going viral says it all. I thought I was self-destructive until I found out about the WNBA. That hit hard. Caitlyn boosted the team's value, spiked attendance, pulled up viewership numbers, helped the league land a better TV deal, and what does she get? Thrown to the wolves, body checked on the court, ghosted off it. That's not just drama, that's real. Right after she had the entire sports world tuned in at the draft, the WNBA had its moment to shine. But ESPN, they skipped her. No big post-draft sit-down, no primetime spotlight, like she didn't just break NCAA history. And let's be clear, she was available. She did the pre-draft media run. So don't act like she was too busy. They just flat out passed. Want to know who did get the attention? Angel Reese.
Caitlyn, the question I get about you all the time is how will your game transcend into the WNBA? How do you see that fit?
I think the biggest thing is my passing, and I think that's kind of what people overlooked at times in college, is like people just love the scoring so much, and don't get me wrong, I love shooting the ball, but I think that's the biggest thing, and obviously being surrounded by so much talent, no matter where I end up, is like the league is loaded with so many people, and I think that's something that I've always had a knack for from a very young age. I grew up playing soccer and understanding angles and seeing the game before, it even happened.
While Caitlyn got ghosted, Angel was snatching endorsement deals left and right. And this is the same Angel who's out here throwing shade in interviews, fouling players mid-game, and turning every matchup into a full-on spectacle.
I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
So let's break it down. Caitlyn gets sidelined for being too focused, too composed, too clean, while Angel's out here acting like she's auditioning for reality TV. And that's who the league pushes forward. Make it make sense. And now, when it comes to cash, the numbers are crazy. Caitlyn and Angel, two rookies holding down the league's attention, are making between $76,000 and $80,000 a year. That's it. For real. Even while they're selling out arenas and keeping the WNBA relevant. Meanwhile, Brittney Griner's sitting on a Supermax deal worth $215,000, and that's after she took a 32% pay cut. Let that marinate. And when Brittney went to Russia for more money, the WNBA got dragged. Headlines everywhere, people questioning why the league wasn't paying its stars properly. But now that Caitlyn's here, now they want to act like the money problem doesn't exist? Nah, it's clear what's happening here.
Let's remember why she went to Russia. She went to Russia because they don't make enough money here based on their talents to support themselves. So after a harrowing year, Ms. Griner finally returning to the court, but she's going to take a pay cut to do it after 9 months of wrongful detainment in Russia.
The league wants a certain kind of image, and if you don't fit that mold, you get pushed out or shut up. Let's be real about what that image means. Candace Wiggins spoke on it years ago, said she was bullied out of the league not because of talent, but because she didn't fit the unspoken code. She said the minute she joined, she was treated like an outsider. Why? Because she was too feminine, too visible, and, yeah, straight.
For the first time in an extensive interview, former WNBA player Candace Wiggins said the league's culture was full of bullying and jealousy. Wiggins told the San Diego Union Tribune that she was frowned upon as a straight woman, claiming 98% of WNBA players are gay, adding, "People were deliberately trying to hurt me all of the time. I'd never been called the B word so many times in my life than I was in my rookie season. I'd never been thrown to the ground so much." The message was, "We want you to know we don't like you." Wiggins believed her pride in being a woman didn't fit well in the culture.
A sports journalist even tried to flip it, saying other players didn't have the same issue.
I think all the players are saying, look, if you're saying this is a culture, this is something that it happens to everybody in the league or is league-wide all the time, that's something they, want to comment on, because all the people that I've talked to said that hasn't been there.
But now, we're watching the exact same dynamic unfold with Caitlyn. Different year, same agenda. Caitlyn's been open about her relationship with Connor McCaffrey. She's got a boyfriend. She's talked about him in interviews. And whether folks admit it or not, that alone makes her stand out in a league that's quietly built its identity around LGBTQ+ representation and political messaging. Here's the clip if you missed it.
Yeah.
Will Bae be here?
Who?
Is Bae gonna be here?
No, he's working. Yeah. Yeah, I'm flying solo. I better get used to it, man. This is the pro. This is my job.
So why is Brittany treated like royalty and Caitlyn treated like she's disposable? Angel can scream in her face, Trinity Carter can take her out with a nasty hit, and the WNBA just lets it go. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. Caitlyn Clark is literally getting assaulted and battered on the court, and the refs always miss it, even when they're watching. It's not about fairness, it's not about safety, it's about control, about fitting the image the league wants. And if you don't, they'll tear you down in broad daylight just to protect the ones they do back. If that doesn't make you raise an eyebrow, I don't know what will. Let us know what you think in the comments. Are they doing Caitlyn dirty? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to hear the real story. Catch you in the next one.